again. I want to thank everybody again for a great day. I've heard nothing but really good reports about all the sessions, and I know the couple I was able to attend were great stuff, the kind of stuff that I was talking about at noon today, that seeing in action is pretty exciting. They asked me to come and introduce tonight's awards banquet dinner, and as you know, the theme, the focus of this dinner is innovation. It's about innovation, and they asked me to talk a little bit about innovation. What's that? And innovation to me is looking at a situation and finding a way to do it better. Often finding a way that others wouldn't have thought of. Often finding a way that other businesses, other competitors wouldn't have thought of. Turning Technologies, as a company, I think one of the things we've been known for in the marketplace from day one has been a huge focus on innovation. In 1991, when we began working as a company, the leading product, the leading hardware product in the industry was about 8 ounces, the size of a paperback book, very expensive, very fragile from an electronic tuning standpoint. Innovation early on meant taking those capabilities, adding more, and making it less than an ounce, the size of a credit card calculator, and very, very simple to use and reliable and durable. Those kinds of things. But now, innovation is about innovation for us early on was about taking software applications that could allow presenters to do group response, student or audience response, and integrate that into something that's displayed on screen. Innovation for us initially was taking the capabilities of that technology and seamlessly putting it into Microsoft PowerPoint in a way that if you use PowerPoint, you wouldn't have to learn something all over and brand new. And we think we did that. So what's innovation today? Innovation, we couldn't, I don't want to talk about our innovations. As I talked about at noon, in the noon session today, the future of the industry, in my mind and in our mind as a company, is going to be us transferring leadership, particularly thought leadership, from business folks, myself and other folks that I work with, handing that leadership off to you folks, people in the marketplace that are taking technology and finding innovative ways to make it effective, finding innovative ways to use it in ways that are going to enhance learning results, that are going to increase the goals of the educational process, enhance those goals. So we, in keeping with that focus, worked with Eastern Illinois University in establishing our first regional innovation awards, and hopefully these will follow to national awards and global awards as time goes on down the road. But we saw it as a way to gather ideas, number one, to hear what you folks are doing that is truly innovative, that's changing the way that you approach education, that has positively influenced your classroom experience in key ways. And had some great nominees, great recommendations for the award. I think there should be 3, but I only see 1 trophy, so we're going to give that away tonight. And you folks are going to, in keeping with this customer-led focus, you folks are going to make the decision tonight as to who wins the Innovation Award. With your response card, TurningPoint Technology. I just really wanted to introduce that and say that more and more, as we go on and as a company, as an industry, and as educational technology in general evolves, innovation isn't going to happen with technology companies anywhere near what it used to. Our contribution to innovation is going to be on a decreasing curve, and your contribution to innovation is going to be on a steadily increasing curve. And we want to acknowledge that. We want to thank you for the great ideas. We want to congratulate you for them. And I just want to say I'm really excited to be a part of this. And this, I think it's a transitional stage in this industry. So, without any further delay, Tony, tell us about the awards.
Well, I will be telling you about the awards in a little bit. But before we talk about the awards, we're going to talk about a gentleman who is our guest speaker this evening. And it's a gentleman over here to my left by the name of Gary Cohen. And let me share a little bit of background with you about Gary. Gary is co-founder of CO2 Partners, an executive coaching firm that teaches clients how to achieve peak performance as individuals and take their specific organizations to new heights. He has also been an active board member of 9 different corporations, ranging from nonprofit to financial institutions. Gary received his undergraduate degree from University of Minnesota and attended Harvard Business School. He has participated in several leadership programs and leadership institutions, including the Covey Leadership Center, Disney Institute, and the Aspen Institute as a Crown Fellow. Gary is going to share with us tonight his thought on Ask, Don't Tell leadership. Please welcome Gary Cohen to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. I need the remote on the podium. Hi. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Ask, don't tell. So please stand up. Please stand up. Now turn around. Completely turn around. Now sit down. Now my question for you is, how often would I be able to get away with that with you? To do that, to tell you what to do and repeatedly have you do it? Exactly. How many have you had? So what we're going to talk about tonight, and I say we because it's going to be interactive, is around Ask, Don't Tell. It's about leadership. And don't get confused with the Socratic method, because I know you're all educators and you've heard of the Socratic method. The Socratic method was about getting to the right answer. This is not about getting the right answer. This is about getting people to do what you wanted them to do, but wanting them to do it ethically. Okay, so it's a very different outcome. There might be the best way to get from A to B, and that may not be the best way for this person who works for you to get from A to B, because they have a different idea of how to do that. But before we get into it, and before I totally bias you, I'm going to take a big step down, because I believe that leadership is about being down, front-facing, in the crowd, in the mix, not standing up, not being the leader that we know as the iconic leader of television or of our past when we reflect upon the past. But before we get into all this, I've got some questions for you. Which of the following best describes how you react as a leader? 1, I'm supposed to say, because I'm not used to doing this, it's code 80. Is that right? Code 80. Channel 80 on your response card. Not clicker, response card.